the National Football League. Today from Mile High Stadium, it's the Houston Oilers versus the Denver Broncos. Brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. To arrange a thorough test drive, phone your nearest BMW dealer. And by RCA, the most trusted name in electronics. Denver's Mile High Stadium 2 weeks ago. A crowd of over 75,000 on hand to see the Broncos, the 130th consecutive sellout at the stadium. Today, there'll be empty seats at Mile High to see the Broncos play for the first time since 1969. More than 40,000 tickets turned back. Outside the stadium, Clarence Kay and other members of the regular Broncos squad man the picket lines. While inside, a team of replacement players gets set to take on a similar squad from the Houston Oilers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Denver. Tom Hammond along with Dave Lapham, who for 10 years was an offensive lineman with the Cincinnati Bengals and who makes his debut with NBC today. Dave, we don't really have any idea what to expect, but some of these players do have NFL experience.
In fact, 27 players in this replacement roster for the Denver Broncos have been in a Denver training camp. For the Houston Oilers, 15 players have been in the Oilers training camp, so they do have a basic understanding of the systems.
Some of the veterans have crossed the picket lines to play, and for Denver, it's sort of a special case.
It does. It requires some explanation. You've got 7 veterans that did decide to cross the picket line. Only 3 are active for today's game. Defensive end Walt Boyer, offensive lineman Winfred Hood, and running back, who will start at fullback, Bobby Michaud. The final 4 that you see on that list, Bill Bryan, Jim Ryan, Dave Studdard, and Steve Watson, they crossed the picket line, but they decided they weren't physically and mentally ready to participate in today's game. So after meeting with head coach Dan Reeves and owner Pat Boland, it was agreed upon and decided by Dan Reeves to put these fellas on the 2-week roster exemption.
The Houston situation, much simpler. 1 veteran is crossed.
That's right, that being Doug Smith, an accomplished nose tackle in the National Football League. He starts today, so the Denver Broncos have 1 veteran starter at fullback in Bobby Michaud, and the Houston Oilers have 1 starter in nose tackle Doug Smith, so it's pretty even.
And there's Jerry Glanville, the Houston Oilers coach, who put his replacement squad through 3-a-day practices in the 10 days they had to get ready for this game. And the Denver Broncos, coached by Dan Reeves, who said preparation will be the key to success with replacement players. They started thinking about strike problems before the actual walkout and had an idea of some players they might sign. He hopes it'll pay off today. It's Scabs against Scabs here at Mile High this afternoon. A good crowd, expecting about 35,000, which could be the biggest crowd for an NFL game this Sunday. And they're out in beautiful weather, temperatures in the 70s, intermittent sunshine. And as we said, this could very well be the biggest crowd to see the replacement games this weekend. Ups now, first for the Houston Oilers. Brent Peace, the quarterback, a rookie from Montana. He led all Division I AA quarterbacks in total offense last season. Jackson is a rookie. Moore played for Buffalo. And as you see the offensive line, Clay Miller, the best known. He was an all-Big Ten performer at Michigan. Here is that starting lineup for the Broncos defensively. Woodard, the end, almost made the Broncos this year. Performed well in training camp. And as you look at the linebackers, of the 4 starters, Joyner and Dodge have played in the NFL, ironically each with Houston. And in the secondary, cornerbacks Clark and Johnson were both fighting for a spot on the regular roster with 3rd and long. He's out of Montana, 1AA leader in total offense among quarterbacks last year. Peace has time. Almost intercepted. Bryant Wynn had it in his hands and dropped it. Among these players, and of course very high, we would think, at the start of this game, getting their first NFL opportunities. Here you see the starting offensive lineup for the Broncos with Michaud, the veteran, who had been an H-back and a tight end, but he got a look at running back in training camp and starts at fullback today. Karcher, the quarterback. There's the offensive line, the most familiar name, Belcher, who was an All-American at Wisconsin. Starting defensive lineup for the Oilers, Doug Smith, the only Houston returning veteran. He was a 2nd-round choice back in '84. Linebackers, Briel, the one to watch there, a 4th-round pick in '85, who played with the Oilers that year and was on injured reserve in '86. The secondary appears solid, headed by Johnson, who now plays in his 8th NFL season. Lane history, facing a 3rd and 13 at his own 31. High snap from the shotgun, but he pulled it down. Throws on the run. Complete for a first down. LeRon Brown made the catch. Scramble. Karcher. Coach Dan Reeves says he's very good at that. The give to Caldwell. Takes it up just shy of the 45-yard line where Domingo Bryant, the strong safety, Thad Jefferson, an inside linebacker, combined for the stop. People might imagine, and if he had more time to work with them, several could possibly make an NFL squad. 2nd and 11. Karcher sacked. First sack of the game, and it goes to Rayford Cooks, defensive end for the Oilers. These players have to be sky high, even though it's not a sellout, playing their first NFL game here at Mile High Stadium. It's 3rd and 19 for the Broncos. In the shotgun is Ken Karcher. A bad snap. Karcher falls on it back about the 20. Giacomo. Johnson takes it to midfield. Swamped under by the Broncos special teams, led by Dan McDonald. A 38-yard punt by Giacomo, and the Oilers will have their second offensive try of the game. From the shotgun. Peace in trouble. Got away from a couple of tacklers. Still on his feet. Sails it downfield and out of bounds. Good scramble that time by Brent Peace, who avoided the sack. Steve Bryan and Ray Woodard, the defensive ends, were all over him. He shook a couple of tackles and able to throw the ball away.
Pull out all stops and rush that quarterback.
3rd and 10 from the Broncos 17. 4 wide receivers in the game for Denver. Brown, Swanson, Massey, and Thompson. Massey in motion. Crossing pattern complete to Brown. LaRon Brown spins forward and will be short of the first down. Good snap. Giacomo felt a little pressure and got off a pretty good kick. Johnson fields it on the run, is back to midfield where he's chased out of bounds. Peace in the shotgun formation. Peace, good protection, a man wide open and complete inside the 30. Joey Walters makes the reception. Darrell Jones was beaten on the play, and Peace showed us a good arm. He laid that one right on the money to Walters.
He certainly did. Great protection. His vision is totally unaffected downfield. Throws it over the linebackers and under the defensive backs. Nice touch by Peace. That was a major league play executed right there by the Oilers, and they're winning the field.
Play action pass. Plenty of time. Peace almost threw it. Did that man make the catch? A diving reception. Wow, Leonard Harris showed us good hands as he went down to the turf to pick it up, and Peace has another completion and a future in the NFL. Pitch it to Ricky Moore. Moore dives for the end zone, and he'll mark him just short. 2-year player out of the University of Alabama. And the give is to Moore. He doesn't get it this time. He maybe lost a half yard. And there's movement. Peace went on the quarterback sneak, and I thought maybe someone jumped early, but not so, and it is an Oiler touchdown as Peace just took it across.
That was one of those plays that you call out in the backyard when you're playing touch football. A quarterback comes up to the center, gooses the center.
From Denver, we have 5 minutes, 8 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Oilers leading the Broncos by a 7-0 count. The Oilers have had field position all day, and the Broncos start this drive from their 27. Karcher completes it to Andrews, who lugs it for a Bronco first down to the 46-yard line of Denver.
They are, and Denver coaching staff has decided to go with that semi-rollout, that bootleg. Karcher's got the mobility to do it, and it puts extreme pressure on the outside.
Houston up 7-0. Broncos at their 45 with a first down. Karcher under pressure and is sacked back at the 30. Byron Johnson, blitzing linebacker from the outside, sacked him for an 11-yard loss. Not one bad snap out of this formation, but that one is good. Karcher on a design roll. Has a man wide open in the middle of the defense. Rick Massey takes it to midfield just shy of the yard marker there, with Thad Jefferson finally taking him down. Baseball, it's 3rd and 6 for Denver. Massey is in motion. Karcher has a man. Complete to Brown. LaRon Brown, a first down, and taken down inside the 35 of the Oilers by Craig Birdsong for the Broncos. First running play to Caldwell, who gets good yardage to the 25-yard line. Thad Jefferson, the inside linebacker, the rookie out of Hawaii, finally makes the stop.
Tom, it looks like the Denver Broncos are finally shaking those butterflies free of their stomachs offensively. This
25% of the plays he normally would have in with the replacement players today. 3rd and 2 with a minute left in the first quarter. 7-0 Houston. Karcher under pressure. completes the pass to Michaud. Michaud down close to the 10-yard line where Kenny Johnson makes the saving tackle. Briel was putting the pressure on, but Michaud, one of the veterans that has crossed the picket line to play on the reception from Karcher. Leading 7-0, but the Broncos with the ball on the 11 of the Oilers, and the play started very shakily, but seems to be getting a little better now.
I agree with you, Tom. Houston really dominated the early stages of the football game. I think Denver was, for some reason, more nervous than Houston, but now Denver seems to have settled down, and we've got ourselves a football game.
Yards, 103 to 57, but the Oilers lead 7-0, and Denver has a 3rd and 9. Karcher throws it incomplete. Massey was the intended receiver in the middle of the defense, but a lot of white shirts around him. Back. Spotted at about the 18-yard line. It'll be a 28-yard attempt. And the kick by Clendenin is good. So the Denver Broncos hit the scoreboard and narrowed the lead by the Houston Oilers. We have 14:47 left in the first half here at Mile High. The lead now 7-3 for the Oilers. 3 after the Bronco field goal. Clendenin's kick with Harris deep and taking it at the goal line. Good blocking for Harris. He's got running room down the sideline. A good cutback. Finally taken down at the 42-yard line. Good run back by Leonard Harris, the second-year man out of Texas Tech. Penalty decline, 2nd and 10 for the Oilers. Hunter and Coble are in the backfield. Peace under pressure, winds up and lets it fly. Whoa! Almost caught by McDonald with Roger Jackson with him on the coverage step for step. Right down the sideline. Peace threw it as far as he could. And McDonald not quite able to hold on. Good. Peace. Crossing pattern complete. Down to the 40-yard line and an Oiler first down. Oliver Williams makes the grab. Darrell Russell stops him, but the Oilers convert a 3rd down and keep their drive going. To their lead over the Blue Jays and a chance to wrap up that divisional championship. Peace, wide open man is McDonald. Taken down finally at the 20-yard line. Darrell Russell made the saving tackle. Excuse me. The tackle was made by Steve Fitzhugh, who saved the... Bad snap. They tried to snap it directly to the running back. Peace kicks it. A flag goes down for that. And finally, the ball recovered by Walters. Peace kicked the ball when it looked like the Broncos were going to fall on it. Watch it again. They tried to snap it, I think, directly to Jackson.
Right. Over his head. Peace says, well, outside linebacker's going to fall on this thing. I better kick it away. It was really a heads-up move, giving his teammates an opportunity to at least keep possession of the football.
It's football, isn't it? Shades of Pele.
That's right.
Kicking the ball, number 14, is a 10-yard penalty, penalized from the line of scrimmage, still first down.
In this replacement game, Kidd went to the University of Houston. Pass is complete to McDonald across the middle, but it will be short of the first down. Kick is up, and it's good. 44-yard field goal by John Dietrich, who hit a 62-yarder last year as a senior at Ball State University. Dietrich hits to extend the Oiler lead. Timeout. Houston 10, Denver 3. Frank DeFord will also have commentary, all coming up on NFL Live at halftime. Completed pass. Peace found his man. It's Harris, who fights his way down to the 35 of the Broncos.
Nice run by Leonard Harris after he caught the football.
On first down, Jackson across the 30. Down to the 28-yard line of the Broncos, where Tupper makes another tackle. Give to Jackson. Jackson to the 25-yard line and close to the first down. Play action fake. Peace was in trouble, let it go and completed it to Eric James, one of the big tight ends, the rookie out of Delta State. Fitzhugh was coming and Jackson defending on the play. Moore stacked up by the Denver defense, and a flag floats down. That was a late flag call.
Holding, 81, 10 yards, still second down.
Oh, it was right again.
Third line. Jackson, touchdown.
Once again, they employed that short snap on the shotgun. Just excellent blocking up front by the Houston Oilers. A tremendous cavity right up the gut.
And it's now 17-3, the Oilers in front. And Dave, they've gradually taken command of this game.
They certainly have, and the old axiom applies. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage will win the football game.
Low snap. Complete to Michaud out of the backfield. He takes it up short of a first down across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Brio, the linebacker, White, the cornerback, on the stop. Football now, how do you assess the quality of play?
Well, I'd assess it as, to be quite honest, about equal to the standard of a first preseason game in the National Football League, which is understandable. These guys have only been together for 10 days, and we can't expect all the coordination and execution that we saw 2 weeks ago when the guys went through an entire training camp. The effort's there, though. The common denominator amongst all these guys is they want to play football today.
As you looked at it there from the end zone, is most heavily populated. Andrew Jackson, the only setback, and Peace hands it off to Jackson. He's across the 35 and fumbled.
Denver signaling they've got control.
Let's wait for the officials to signal as they unstack the bodies. And Denver does have it. Bryant Wynn falls on it for the Broncos. So right before halftime, they've got a chance now to get some points. They'll have the ball with a first down at about the 35-yard line.
It wasn't severe contact. He was stripped. The football was stripped out of his hands. Wynn made the hit, and he stripped it right out of Jackson's hands, made the hit and recovered it. Big play by...
To the right, Massey in the slot. Bad snap, and Karshner can just fall on it. Karcher just didn't get the handle. The snap was just about there, but he fumbled it somewhat and had to just take the loss. See. 3rd and 17 for Denver. Karcher steps up, fires complete. Down to the 30-yard line goes Caldwell. He stays in bounds, however, and does not have a first down. On 4th down. Karcher has it complete. The Broncos have a first down. Michaud in traffic makes the grab. Allen and Bryant were there. So was another Bronco receiver. And they pick up enough for the first down. Halftime. 14 seconds left. For the end zone. Karcher lost it from Massey. Touchdown. Flag down.
I think it's going to stand. I think they were going to call defensive interference, but he did maintain possession. To secure the first down, first opportunity he had, went to the end zone. Timing pattern. Karcher took a 3-step drop. Great concentration on the football by Massey because the coverage was there by Tony Newsome. That was just a well-thrown ball and great concentration by Massey to complete the play. If the Denver Broncos are more used to the altitude than the Houston Oilers, and only time will tell.
Houston leading at halftime, 17-10. And as we assess play in the first half here at Mile High today, we would say that certainly there have been moments of, if not brilliance, at least competence. The two quarterbacks have shown us some good play at times. And I think the distinguishing factor in the first half would be the play of the Houston offensive line.
I couldn't agree with you more, Tom. I may be a little prejudiced or biased or whatever, but I think the offensive line, particularly the interior, the center and both guards for Houston, have performed extremely well. The tackles, I think, have played a level above what Jerry Glanville expected out of them.
And speaking of the Houston offensive line, we'll see a highlight here in which that'll come into play. Direct snap to Andrew Jackson. Good blocking up front. He'll take it 16 yards for the touchdown.
Tremendous blocking, a huge cavity right up the middle. Andrew Jackson was like an old single wing play. He took that direct snap and cruised 16 yards into the end zone.
And after a fumble recovery, the Broncos got a lift just before halftime when Ken Karcher hit Rick Massey for 21 yards in the corner of the end zone for the Bronco touchdown.
Yeah, for every good, there's a bad. And the person who fumbled the football to set up that touchdown was Andrew Jackson. So
those first half stats, Dave?
Well, total yards, it's closer than I thought it would be. I thought the Oilers would dominate a little bit more than they have. Yards rushing only 49-26. I thought the Oilers would have a bigger advantage. But in my eyes, still, the Houston Oilers offensive line performed admirably in that first half.
On 4th down for Denver. Johnson for Houston. High kick, which he takes at the 25, 26-yard line. Reverses his field, tries to get outside, and is tackled at the 27 by Tim Lucas. Jackson and Moore, the running backs. And this is Andrew Jackson. Good blocking by that offensive line, which we've been mentioning, and he takes it across the 40 to the 42, where defensive end Steve Bryan finally makes the hit. 2nd and 4. Jackson again. Across midfield down to the Bronco 49 where Mike Knox grabs him by the ankles. Jackson is showing us an ability to get through the hole quickly throughout the game today. Peace. Complete to Moore out of the backfield. Shakes a tackler and gets a first down. Down at about the 35-yard line. Tim Joyner forces him out of bounds, but the Oilers get another first down. Picks here for the Oilers. Jackson and Moore, the running backs. Pease being chased and almost threw it away. Tim Joyner, the linebacker, had it in his grasp. He had to go way up to get it. He couldn't hold it. In the meantime, Steve Fitzhugh, the free safety, coming on the blitz and really putting the pressure on Pease. Backs the dime defense. Peace on the option. Is he going to pitch it? No, he's going to keep it out of bounds, close to the first down. Across the middle, wide open. Flag down as Williams takes it to the 25-yard line, excuse me, the 15-yard line, where Bryant Wynn pins him.
Three. No one within.
Holding, number 60, 10 yards. Still second down.
Gerald Franklin, guilty of the hold, the left tackle, as you called it, Dave. Penalties. The last time the Oilers played here at Mile High, they had over 180 yards, an NFL record in penalties. Snap it again to Jackson, who takes it across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Bryant Wynn gets credit for another Denver tackle from the 28 of the Broncos. On the option, pitch it to Jackson. Cuts up and is taken down on a hard tackle by one of the Bronco defenders. Looked like it was Roger Jackson.
Well within his range.
Super Rick, the holder. Wobbly kick, which is good. Through the uprights. Dietrich has been one of the stars of the game today. He hits another field goal, extending the Houston Oilers lead. We've got a timeout with 8 minutes, 25 seconds left in the third quarter, and Houston leading at 20-10. Short kick, Kenny Johnson takes it at the 35. Ball stripped loose, a flag down, and a scramble, a mad scramble for the football. Earl Allen, the man that recovered it apparently for Houston. The ball just popped right out of Kenny Johnson's arms, and at that point a flag went down. The punt covered 38 yards, and we'll try to get the end result.
Block in the back, number 27 on Houston is declined. Ball was recovered by Denver. First down.
And it was Bobby Michaud that made the recovery for the Broncos after that wild scramble. It looked for a moment as if Houston had it. Archer intercepted. Eugene Seal rumbling down the sideline. Seal at 250 pounds is going to go all the way.
Unbelievable. He looked like a shot put with legs taken off down that sideline. Fullback who looked like a bowling ball with legs. This guy's a shot put with legs, and he showed some speed. Karcher had absolutely no opportunity. He had the best angle, and after about 10 yards just gave up on it. The big guy was rolling. Looked like a runaway beer truck down that sideline.
Eugene Seal, first-year player out of Lamar, rambles it 73 yards and will next be seen at the oxygen tank. Has given the Oilers a 27-10 lead. We'll be back to Mile High in a moment. There are the rushing yards today. The Oilers now over 100. Third down and about 8, and Peace will put it up. Plenty of time. Complete for the first down to Joey Walters.
Off to the Beef Trust, the offensive line of the Oilers. Gerald Franklin at left tackle, Vince Stroth at left guard, Billy Kidd, Young at right guard, and Clay Miller at right tackle. Look at this protection. Nice pickup, nice help by the running back as the looping defensive end was coming up inside. Running back stepped up inside and just cleaned him right off a quarterback piece.
Peace with a quick look in. Completes it to Williams. Oliver Williams got away for a moment and is finally going to be dragged down from behind at the Bronco 35-yard line by Roger Jackson. Line continues to play well. Maybe the difference in the game so far. Herman Hunter tries to get the corner. Stopped shy of the 30-yard line by Bryant Wynn. First play of the fourth quarter. Houston. Peace has got a man wide open. That's Gehring, the tight end that rambles into the end zone for another Oiler touchdown and a gigantic spike.
Just an assignment breakdown. Looks like Roger Jackson just totally lost track of tight end Mark Gehring.
With Houston leading Denver 34-10. Karcher hit and taken down. Kenny Neal will get credit for the sack. Neal, a defensive end, 6'5", 240 pounds, 4 years out of Iowa State, and got help from Dwayne Turner, the rookie out of Rice, whom Dave mentioned, at 6 foot, 290 pounds. He's number 95. Wide receivers set right. And they flip it the other way to Coble. And Coble has the first down out of bounds in Denver territory. And a flag sailing to the turf after he had passed the out-of-bounds marker. Eric Coble had just carried the ball before
Personal foul, number 37, unnecessary roughness out of bounds, 15 yards, added to the run, first down.
It was called on Fitzhugh. I was mentioning Eric Coble before he got the call from the Oilers, was an instructor at the Texas School for the Blind. 275 pounds out of BYU. Kellermeyer, who serenaded the troops in training camp last week with a rendition of Old Solo Mio. Steve Bryan stops Coble that time after another Oiler short game. You can call it that between Jerry Glanville and his kicker John Dietrich when Dietrich arrived a couple of days ago from Green Bay. There's the direct snap to Coble, who plows ahead and will be close to the first down, but perhaps a little short. On its way. He got another one. Another star of the future, perhaps, as John Dietrich has had a big afternoon in his first NFL game. The Oilers in a blowout now over the Broncos, 37-10. Karcher got a man, Michaud. Good running job across the 30 for a Bronco first down to the 32-yard line. Karcher under center on 1st and 20. Airs it deep. Brown can't get it. Flag down, interference. After that interception return of 73 yards. Here's another interception. This one picked off by Domingo Bryant. Bryant picks up blocking down the sideline, cuts it back to the center of the field, and is taken down at the 43-yard line by Rick Massey. Domingo Bryant, who made it to the final cut in Oiler training camp this year and a former 6th-round draft choice by the Steelers, makes the interception.
Early exhibition play. I'm a football purist. I'm a football fan. I enjoyed today's action no matter what the outcome. You know, to me, the guys are out there giving effort and playing decent football.
Option toss to Hunter. Stopped short of the first down by Steve Fitzhugh and Roger Jackson. Down and 2 for the Oilers. And they try the option again. Peace cuts it up. Flag down. Peace may have the first down, but there could be a holding call coming up. We've seen a lot of those today. Yeah. Made enough for the first down just by inches.
Holding offense, Houston, number 66, is declined. Ball was short of the first down. Denver takes over, 1st and 10.
It was short of the first down, so they declined the penalty, and on 4th down, the ball goes over.
5 yards, still 2nd down.
False start. There's McGuire out of Texas Tech. In the Denver camp this year, but was cut. Never played an entire season at Texas Tech because of injuries, but had 10 letters in high school, in Texas, in football, in basketball, in baseball, and in track. Practice of each team yesterday. The Broncos look to be physically the better of the two. It hasn't turned out that way. There's an interception. May's pass is picked off by Donovan Small. Rick Massey was the intended receiver, comes up to make the tackle, but not before Donovan Small picks another errant Denver pass off. And the Houston Oilers have their 3rd interception of the afternoon. Oilers leading it in a big way, 37-10. Coble stopped for a loss. Kirk Dodge came up quickly, the former All-American at Nevada, Las Vegas. He played with the Houston Oilers for 9 games last year. Count with the clock showing 5.5 minutes. Peace hammered as he let it go, but it's complete. The pass is to Darrington, who's taken out of bounds at about the 14-yard line by Earl Johnson. 3rd down and 6 from the 10 for the Oilers. Andrew Jackson stopped right at the 10-yard line by Bill Lovenstein, the backup nose tackle for the Denver Broncos. Here's Dietrich for another field goal. This one would be 27, 28 yards. And Dietrich is still perfect. How many is that for him today? I've lost count. He's 4 for 4. John Dietrich is 4 for 4 in the field goal department, is perfect in the point after touchdown, and has consistently boomed the kickoffs deep. He may have a future in this league.
He's been a special teams factor. He's been a weapon. Anytime you can kick the football as deeply as he has in the end zone on a continual basis and be 100% when you're kicking from conversion standpoint and field goal, I mean, he's a weapon.